Okay, we're going to show you how to take out the hop-up unit from the Masada, and also show you the figure 8 nub that's inside and why it has such problems with adjusting hop-up and giving you proper hop-up adjustment. Alright, so a few tools you're going to need to do this. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver or flathead, a smaller flathead, doesn't matter. A little hammer. Now you use a roll pin punch on these. I don't have a roll pin punch, but I found a old drill bit. Let me see if I can read it. It's a 5/32 drill bit, which really works. This end really works nicely to punch these roll pins out, because you'll need to do that for the hop-up unit, and also your set of Allen keys, because there's 4 Allen screws on the outside that you need to take off on either side, and there's also some inside this hop-up unit to get to that nub. Alright, so first thing I would do is to remove this charging handle, release the tension on this charging handle, because this is what's stopping it. So inside here you have 2 screws, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen those up and let that unit slide out. So just put a little bit of pressure on it. I'm not going to remove the screws completely. There should be a little bit of spring tension on this, so don't just let it fly. But there you go. Once those are loose, it comes right out. Got a lot of grease on there. Right now you don't have any tension on this. You don't have to do this step, but if you want to, you can. I'm just removing the charging handle. There's a little tab in here that you're going to push back towards the end and just kind of pull. It comes out. And then this whole bolt assembly, charging handle, should come right out the back. To slide out right now, but it's not a big deal. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these 2 screws here. These Allen screws, they should be, yep, this is a size 3 metric Allen screw here. Both are the same, so it doesn't matter which one you take out. I'm just going to take out these lower ones first. So it's kind of important when you punch out these roll pins to make sure that the unit stays still lined up with the holes. I'm just going to take out these 2. And it should look like this so far. Now I found out with this receiver and the other receiver I have that the top pin likes to pop out in this direction, and the bottom pin likes to pop out from this direction. So it was true with both of mine. I don't know if it's true with all of them, but you may want to kind of consider that if you're having a hard time, because I was having a hard time getting one side to come out. And just give it a good whack, and you see it's starting to push through. Same with this other side here. Get this off before I bend it. So you can tell the 5/32 really fits in there nice, and it keeps it flat. Okay, I'm going to just move this. It's a little easier for me to knock it out. So here, is with them both knocked out. And there is a little bit of a size difference with these roll pins also. I'll kind of show you here. One is slightly longer than the other one. And that's really because this upper receiver has this ridge here. So you always want to make sure that your longer one is going to go in up top and your shorter one is going to go in the bottom here. Okay. And just set those aside. Now you can remove these other two Allen screws. Like so. And your hop-up system should come out. And it slides into this track here. So when this is inside of your gun, it slides. This is what's stopping it when you release that bolt. There's a little track that's right here. Okay, so this part fits right in the top there. You just set that aside. Okay, so now your actual whole receiver should be empty. You just set that to the side. And here's your hop-up unit. So I'll orient this correctly so you see. So your barrel will go in here. This is where your nozzle ends up going through. And there's a little bit of play here. This Allen screw, there's two Allen screws that are on here that are just kind of holding this in place. You're going to want to remove those. Those should be, I believe, a 2. So yep, so metric Allen key size 2. Okay, and then there's that. Here's your hop-up adjustment wheel, and inside is the nub. So we'll take that off. For that, you just need a Phillips head screwdriver. See the screw on the back there. And the wheel just comes right out. And just gently push this up and on out. And there you can see the hop-up adjustment unit and the figure 8 nub. Figure 8 nub, just kind of give it a gentle push and it should come right out. Now this one, when I got it, wasn't in bad shape. I don't know if you can see the nub very well. Kinda. So I'll just set it here. But this nub, it looks like it's in the shape of a figure 8. And there's a small hole right here in this side of the nub. That's the side that's usually touching your bucking on your barrel. And that hole creates a problem. When the BB is pushed through, it allows that to kind of compress and doesn't give you a very good hop-up adjustment actually. So what they say is the Toothpick Mod is to stick something larger than that hole or about the same diameter as that hole in there to expand that hole out and also create a solid piece inside to where it won't deform as much. Me, what I did is I put a piece of metal that I had laying around that was just the right size, a little bigger than the hole. I put it in there, and then I also, because it's a figure 8, the other side is solid. All I did is I reversed the nub. So I put the whole side with the toothpick in the top and left the solid side sticking out the bottom there. And I've had, so far, it seems to have given me better hop-up adjustment on its own. There's also a WeTech unit that's out there that allows you to use an H-nub. I'm probably going to be buying one of those eventually and putting it in here and trying that out. But for now, this seems to be a nice, somewhat easy fix for your hop-up adjustment. All right, so replace it. Everything you do it backwards. Adjuster goes in, and you're gonna kind of want to look inside the adjuster there. I don't know if you can see, but there's only like a certain, like you can't put it in backwards. The hole is only in a certain direction, so it has to go in this direction. All right, so once it goes in, it's in there. Put your hop-up wheel back on. Make sure you line it up. Just kind of gently push it, and once it's lined up, it will go in perfectly. I always set it back to neutral or zero hop, which zero hop, if you turn it counterclockwise, that is hop up. If you turn it counterclockwise, that's hop off, and it even has it written in writing on the wheel. So if you just kind of take a look at it, put your screw back in. Set this down. And this is just screwing into plastic, this wheel here, so you want to be very careful when screwing this back in. Don't over tighten it, just tighten it enough to where it holds the wheel on there, but you can still turn the hop-up unit. And what I do is I just kind of check, make sure when I'm turning the wheel that the screw is also turning in the same direction as the wheel. It's not binding on the metal and then unscrewing itself. Goes back into the hop-up unit, like so. Make sure you don't turn it upside down. Use number 2 metric Allen screws. Go back in. And then remember, they're just holding this in. They're not actually screwing into the hop-up. They're just screwing into like this block, but then just kind of aligning this hop-up unit. So, alright, and the hop-up unit is now ready to go back in. So if you're going to put it back in, and that. Okay. Now, before you put the roll pins in, go ahead and put in these upper screws just to line up the hop-up unit in the receiver. And now you're ready to put in your roll pins. And they go in exactly the opposite of the way that they came out. So, like for me, they came out a certain direction. For you, if you get them out a certain direction, make sure you put them back in that way. Alright, and so that's how to get out your hop-up unit and then how to put it back in. Not a big deal. Just take your time and be careful when pushing out those roll pins so that you don't smack your receiver or something like that when doing hammering. Okay, but thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them at the bottom. And thanks for watching.